Do you know that AI is already influencing your life? Is all around in your life, whether you like it or not. It's hiding somewhere, but is working behind the scene. But the question is, when you actually explicitly look at it, do you really trust it? Do you really want to trust it? It's a big field of study right now, how much we can trust AI and how can developers can build system which people can trust. And that's what we are going to look in today's episode of the Gaurav Show. So let's start. Hey everyone, this is Gaurav and today we are looking into something very important for us, for you and me, which is trust about AI systems. Can we really trust them? Now, whether you're watching a Netflix movie or Netflix is recommending you the next best movie you should watch or next series, or you are using your GPS to go from one place to another place, there's a bit of trust involved. But I always wonder that on one side, we trust these AI systems so much that we put a postcode or an address, even if we don't know the place, and we trust AI that it will take us to the right place. On the other side, if AI will start taking decisions about our bank account, our financial planning, we might get nervous. So the thing which is playing in the background is trust. In some cases, we trust AI. In some cases, we don't trust. So stick around because today we'll break this whole concept down bit by bit to understand what makes us trust and what makes us not trust AI. Before we go into the detail of that, it makes sense to spend a couple of minutes to understand what is trust. So let's have a look. So let's talk about trust. It's something we have done from millions of years, or we haven't done for millions of years. Sometimes we trust, sometimes we don't trust. We trust our friends, we trust our families, sometimes we trust our instinct. But what about when it comes to trusting a machine? Even machines are not new in our life. We have trusted weapons, tools, potteries, computers, devices is becoming part of our life. Then why is it so important to talk about this trust now? Because this time the trust is in AI, artificial intelligence, an entity which is going to be as smart and intelligent as us humans. So it's not easy to trust someone who is as intelligent as you are and can work in your favor and can work against you as well. And that's why it's so important to talk about this topic. Now let me tell you, trust is like an onion which has so many layers. So trust comes and trust disappears in layers. Every time you peel a layer of the onion gets smaller, and that's how the trust gets smaller if the layer of the trust disappear or evade. Same thing happens in the AI system as well. The more you use them, the more trust it will create. So it turned out there are only 4 things that will decide whether you will trust the AI or you will side-eye the AI. And let's look at them now. So what are these 4 things? These 4 things are familiarity, transparency, fairness, and accountability. So these are the 4 things on my screen you can see which decide whether you will trust the AI-based system or not. That's how the human psychology play. So if you are about to decide whether you can trust an AI system or not, or you are a developer who is building an AI app, these things will make you understand whether you will like to make a trust-based system or not. Let's look at the first one, which is familiarity. This is no-brainer. As humans, we have been using things for years and years, and we trust people who look familiar. So for example, Google Map and Siri. For example, when you use your Siri or Google Assistant, it feels like second nature, right? That's because you have gotten used to how they work. But if you're trying a new application, you may not like to upload your data, your detail, because you may not trust that thing. Here's a fun fact. A 2019 study found that 74% of users are more likely to trust AI systems that have a familiar interface. So that's why these companies are now designing the AI applications which doesn't look drastically different from the previous one. Sometimes people complain there is no innovation going on, but they can't innovate so much that it looks completely different and you will stop trusting it. That brings us to the next one, which is a big one, which is transparency. Now, this is a common sense, like you like things where the transaction is transparent. You not only see that the things are working for you, but you also know a little bit how it is working in the background, how they are playing up with your data, what they are doing with your information. Here's a great example. If you have seen the Tesla car on the screen when you drive the car, it shows you all the cars and things on the road or the marking on the road. What Tesla can sense, it will show you on the screen. Why do it? It's just a computer. So why Tesla need to show you what is on the road? The only reason why Tesla is showing you, because Tesla want to create transparency. So now when you look at the screen and you see that your car can sense a truck in front of you or a bike next to you or a traffic obstruction on the road, it creates trust. You start trusting your car a lot more. And that's where the Tesla is going towards. Creating the transparency, create trust. All right. So let's look at the next one, which is fairness. All right. See, nobody likes to be cheated, isn't it? Nobody likes that. It doesn't matter how good is your app. if there's no fairness, if there's an element of cheating or deception, you may not like it and you will not use it. So it's very important that you have that feeling, or customer has that feeling about an AI application that is not biased, because bias is a thing which is inbuilt into an AI. It's a deep concept. If you want to know more about how biases work in AI, you can put into comment and I can make another video on that. If the AI app has a bias, people will not use it. There's a rumor, or maybe it's a fact, that Amazon has to discontinue one AI based hiring tool because it turned out that it has bias against women to hire them for a role, and it was not doing the shortlisting the way it should have. I don't know enough information, but I read it in one of the article online. So that fairness is so important, otherwise you will not be able to trust the AI system. Okay, so that brings us to the last one, which is accountability. Let's see how accountability works. So what is accountability? It means that even if something goes wrong, there is a plan B, and you can trust on the system to protect your data, your identity, your information. And if something goes wrong with that, at least the system is accepting it. And when we come to AI, it becomes even more important. For example, even if you're using the ChatGPT and ChatGPT make a mistake, it makes complete sense for ChatGPT to tell you that a mistake has happened and it couldn't understand the right detail of what you are saying and is happy to correct it. That will create the trust. If it will completely put it under the carpet, you may not be able to trust ChatGPT next time. And that's one of the reasons ChatGPT is growing, that it creates that feeling of accountability in itself. Whenever it realizes it's making a mistake, it accepts it. I've seen it myself so many times. And there's a fun fact here which I would like to share with you. People are more likely to trust AI if it's admit to make mistake. So now we know that these are the ingredients of creating the trust between you and AI application. So what we need to do, just make sure that if you are building the app, you include these 4 things into your app. If you are the consumer of the app, you look for these 4 areas and then observe and analyze the app, and then decide whether you want to trust the app or you don't want to trust the app. AI is going to take over your life more and more. So you need to handle it the way you are handling any smart person, non-smart person, any person you like or you not like. You have to handle it the same way. So don't ignore that. Try to learn how you will trust, how you will not trust AI. So the message is loud and clear. AI and trust in AI is not a concept for geek out there who are just building the app. It's for you as well if you are a simple consumer of AI based application. If you like this talk, if you like this conversation, please share your input. Together we can learn how to tackle or how to become familiarized with the AI and how to start living with the AI if we can collaborate and communicate better. Please comment sharing what is troubling you about AI so that we can have that conversation maybe in the next video. Smash that like button, subscribe. That gives me a lot of power, a lot of motivation to make the next video and come up again. If you don't like it, no problem. You can still share the comment what you don't like, or if you want to just ignore, that's fine. Until then, camera closed and heart open. See you again on The Gaurav Show.